Hey Sagittarius, what's up? We are here with your reading, what you need to know for November. The first card that we have out is Two of Cups. Okay, we have Two of Cups and we also have Knight of Swords here. Knight of Swords is going in the direction of Two of Cups, and so this can be you approaching a relationship. You can be getting something done. There can be an important conversation that's being had. This feels like it has to do with like partnership, relationship, connection, that type of thing, emotions, or just for the sake of talking about something that you have going on. Having Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, this feels like maybe important conversations or progress that you're going to be making with somebody that you are close with, spending time with during the month of November. I wonder too if this is just a like a really focused approach that you are taking. Or if you've been waiting for answers, it can be a time when you get answers as well. When things are being said, when things are being spoken about. This looks like stuff that you weren't aware of before. If this is coming from someone else, because I'm seeing Hermit and I'm seeing Ten of Wands, and so this can be somebody that has not been communicating with you regarding what they're going to be saying. Okay, so what does this mean? If you are the person that's the Knight of Swords here, there's going to be a focus, I'm moving my energy towards a relationship, towards a connection. I've been thinking about things. There's been a lot that's going on. There are things that I haven't voiced, things that I haven't communicated, or important conversations that we haven't had. I'm still figuring this out, but I'm going to go for it and I'm going to do it. And if you are the person that's maybe been waiting on somebody to do it, it can be the time when you definitely hear from them. And it specifically feels like it has to do with your connection with your relationship. And because it's the Two of Cups, it can be from a place of feeling and a place of connection, like something emotionally that's going on. Like this can feel sentimental in some type of way, or it can just be regarding emotions connected with a relationship. But having Hermit and having Ten of Wands, if this is your energy, you can be stressing out. You can be thinking about something, trying to figure some things out, trying to find some answers. And if this is not you, this can be the other person that's feeling like they have a lot going on. They've been thinking about a lot, but now they want to take action. There can be also too a conversation about stress as well. Okay, so we're going Eight of Cups to Ten of Cups. Eight of Cups is about making moves that are heart-led when it comes to what we're feeling, what we want, especially on a long-term, more terminal type of way. So I'm seeing moves being made in the direction of the Ten of Cups. So this is going to make a move to secure my more long-term fulfillment, happiness, joy, I'm going to move in the direction where I feel like this is where I'm meant to be. This is what my heart feels connected with. And then having 9 of Cups, this feels like it's aligned. 9 of Cups is about what we want, wish fulfillments, gratitude, satisfaction. And having Page of Pentacles there, this can be about finding that road for yourself, being on that path. When it comes to like really what you want on an internal level, we have all of these cups here. So this is about what you feel a sense of connection with. And also know too that if there's not a spotlight on a relationship of yours, when we have 2 of Cups, this can be, if you've been doing anything that you feel like you haven't fully been showing up for yourself emotionally, this can be time where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to do it now. I need to do this for myself. This is how I'm feeling and I'm going to take action. And there can be a lot of thinking about it, and it can also feel stressful thinking about what needs to be done, what you need to do for yourself to really be true to yourself, to show up for yourself. Nonetheless, I'm seeing there be a, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it done. I've thought about it long enough. Yes, it can feel kind of overwhelming, but this is the right move for me, and I know that. Because I'm seeing a lot of thought being put into, what do I really want? What is my heart saying to me? So heart-led decisions can be made. So this, it means too, if there's anything that you are connected with that you feel like isn't the real deal for you, or it's something that's not resonating with you anymore, this can be a time when changes happen, where you can implement change. And even though it can feel a little bit stressful or overwhelming thinking about doing that, the payoff is definitely going to be worth it, because we have 10 of Cups and we have 9 of Cups. So this is what you truly want. And so there will be this feeling of, maybe it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do this. Maybe there are going to be changes that have to be made, or I'm going to have to be brave, or I'm just going to have to like jump in and do the thing that I need to do. But I've really thought about this, and I think this is the best choice for me. And this is what I'm feeling, and I'm trusting myself. I'm trusting my intuition. I'm trusting my feeling, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And there can also be some stuff that you're reconciling with simultaneously. Values are coming up. Okay, I'm seeing 6 of Pentacles, and I'm also seeing 3 of Swords. This can be something that's just not working, something that's not functioning properly. Six of Pentacles can be, I'm showing up and I'm giving, but then I feel like whatever's on the other end, there isn't really a showing up. I feel like I'm taking this seriously, or I'm putting time in, but then there can be that lack of reciprocity where you can feel like I'm not being, I mean, if it's a job thing, you can feel like I'm not being compensated, and I feel like upset about that. It can be something that's difficult because we have the 3 of Swords here. This can be sort of the way that it impacts you mentally, and the way that you feel impacted by this emotionally, and then also how all of that sort of comes together to define your experience in this moment. But this can be something where there was I'm hoping that this can work out, but then 3 of Swords can be telling a different story of there being some type of issue, like something isn't balanced. And it feels like it's a matter of values here. Yeah, for some of you, you have somebody coming through telling you something that they're like stressed out about saying. And you're meant to be focusing on your options, where you can go, what you are feeling towards, like focus on those things. Viable options. I also feel like you need to think about what you want, and the takeaway can be you feeling a little bit salty actually if this is your energy, or it can be the other person's, because I'm seeing Hermit and I'm seeing Nine of Cups here. So this is I'm thinking about what I want. I'm thinking about what makes sense for me. I'm touching base. I'm connecting. But then I'm seeing Five of Swords. So this can be, I'm feeling a type of way about something. What is that something? When we have the Six of Pentacles, this is like I'm involved in an exchange of some sort. But then Three of Swords is something going on that can feel hard to process, something that can feel upsetting or something that can feel hurtful, and then taking protective measures to sort of safeguard oneself from feeling that. And so even though you can be thinking about what you want and like trying to connect with gratitude and whatnot, Five of Swords can be that part of you that feels a type of way like you've been slighted. And you have the opportunity to focus on the pain, to focus on the hurt, and maybe even get into a reactive space. Or you can focus on, I think, what's available to you, and even more on your path and like what's going right and where you're meant to be versus what's not really meant to be part of your path. Because something is not flowing. Six of Pentacles is connected with Ten of Wands, and this means like something where it's supposed to be sustaining and sustainable. Ten of Wands is, it takes too much effort to maintain this, so there's a lack of balance within the dynamic, within the situation. But this can also unite you with what feels important to you as well. And for some of you, Five of Swords doesn't have to be your energy, but it definitely can be. So just keep that in mind. There can be something like a flare-up having to do with your ego, but you can also know that too. And Five of Swords can be used in a way where you figure out what the conflict is about and what needs to be resolved. This can be something that it pops up and you feel a type of way because you're like, well, now I'm feeling stuck, or now I don't know what to do, and now this is a problem that I have to solve. But then I'm seeing us end with the Sun, which feels like things become clear. Focus on optimism. Not in a toxic positivity type of way, in a way where you're focused on your path and what is working, and don't let yourself get so caught up in, I think, really making the voice of the ego loud in a painful type of way. Because there can be stuff that you're dealing with and then you have to problem solve and figure it out. But seeing the Sun here feels like this actually gives clarity to you. And this can also be showing you too where you feel like something isn't aligned with your core values. Seeing that Three of Swords and then seeing Five of Swords here, I'm wondering if what this ultimately brings to light for you is somewhere that you feel like that's not fair, or that's not aligned, or I don't want to put myself in that situation. And there can be a revelation about that. And initially you can feel a bit stuck, but then it feels like what you need to see does come to light. And it's telling you about you and yourself and how to make moves where you feel like there's cohesion rather than splitting off. Because yeah, something just feels like a partner for some of you. Something just feels like it's too much. Like something is not working. Six of Pentacles is not supposed to be stressful. Six of Pentacles is supposed to feel like like I'm here and whoever's on the other side, they're here, and we're both doing our thing, which allows this to be sustainable. Like everybody's sort of doing their part, doing their job, and that's how this can be maintained. But when we have that 10 of Swords there, something is wrong with it. It means like something is not balanced, or there's too much going on, or that something is just asking too high of a level from you, exerting to be maintained, and then not giving enough. Like there's an unequal distribution is what I'm seeing. And what this is meant to indicate is whether or not something is aligned with your values. It's not to say like this is bad, or I'm better than this, or whatever, or not good enough. It's just saying that there's something that needs to come back into a place of equilibrium. You want to be involved in something that feels like it is sustainable, where it feels like there's a gliding to it, where you can sort of just ride the wave because you're in alignment with flow. Maybe too, not taking something personally. And this can be a time where you're really reflecting on your feelings as well. Especially when you feel hurt, or you feel upset by something, or you feel disappointed, or you just feel the type of way in general. And also teaching you to not to stick around from something that is not to stick around for something that is out of alignment. With the 8 of Cups, it's telling you about where to go, and also what you don't need to be involved with anymore as well. And that it's worth it to do that for yourself, to show up for yourself. So I wonder too if this situation is like pick me versus pick yourself. And you get the choice what to do here. I'm getting something about a clip. I'm seeing it more so in the context of something happening and then maybe being cut out or clipped off. It has to do with something you can personally feel impacted by. Check in with yourself, ask yourself what you want, what you feel happy with, what you feel connected with, what you feel at peace with. Move forward. Go for what you want. Make sure that you're taking time, spending time reflecting, so you're not misleading yourself or misguiding yourself. Because there can be something that you have to make moves, but it can be difficult to do that, because I'm seeing 8 of Cups be connected with 3 of Swords, which can mean, well, this isn't working out, and it's not like I want to not be here, but it's not working out, and so I'm just following what I'm feeling. Because it's not even about what you want at that point, as far as saying, like, I want this to work and then it magically will. It's more so like reading the room here regarding what you're feeling, and knowing like it may not be your first choice to have to carry on and move forward. Simultaneously, you can feel like that's the only valid option that you have here given the situation. And in making it through that, I'm seeing 9 of Cups and I'm seeing the Sun. So you will feel very pleased by deciding to really tune in and to listen to yourself and make a choice depending, connected with that, with what you're feeling. Because you're moving towards something that feels sustainable, and this feels like the best strategic choice that you can be making here. But you don't need to walk away feeling a type of way about what's going on. It feels like it's just meant to say, once you understand why something feels upsetting to you or why something feels painful to you, it can help you really know how to take action on behalf of yourself. Because this feels like, to try to zero in on this feels like the type of pain that comes from, like, I'm not being treated how I want to be treated, or I'm being taken advantage of, or I'm not being seen, or I'm not being respected, or I'm not feeling valued. It's going to be that type of thing. And so if you can go deeper into it and figure out, like, what is this bringing up for me? And then make a choice based off of that. Meaning, like, if you're in a situation and you feel like you're not valued and that's why this is upsetting for you, you can take that and say, this is not compatible with my values then. And so it's telling me what my values are. By seeing that this really rubs me the wrong way, I'm gonna know opposite and equal force where to move and what I'm looking for and what I'm looking to connect with that's gonna feel right. And so I can have peace of mind. And this can, for some of you, this can feel stressful on a relationship. But it can also be your relationship with yourself too. For some of you, it's going to be both of those things. Something that wasn't being done or wasn't being said that then comes up. And then choices that are made. Wanting to make moves. I feel like a key part of this is really making sure that you get to the bottom of everything that you're feeling, like in a very Scorpio type of way during the month of November. There's going to be, like, investigate how you're feeling. It doesn't need to, you don't need to stop at, wow, that hurt my feelings, or wow, that was upsetting, or wow, I'm experiencing pain. Like, go deeper, investigate. Because it's gonna give you really key pieces of information for you that are gonna clarify things, where at first you can be like, why am I feeling this way? You know, when we're feeling Five of Swords, it can be like, just go through all the stages of having that feeling. And as you go deeper and deeper, it can actually be telling you about the correct choices for you to be making for yourself, that you're gonna be very happy and pleased with. But if you don't get past the surface level stuff, if you don't go deeper, you're not going to get the message that this is meant to tell you. And with Five of Swords, there can be lots of different ways why we're blocked from going deeper. It can be like, I can't believe that I'm feeling this right now. Like, I can't believe this is impacting me, or that I even feel a type of way about this, or that, like, I'm allowing this to affect me. It can be that trying to, like, push away. Like, I don't even want to acknowledge that I'm experiencing this right now. And then you're going to lose the message behind it when it's telling you something very valuable about what you want to be doing here. I'm seeing you moving in the direction of something that's going to feel very solid for you. I'm seeing a new chapter. I'm seeing it be connected with the Ten of Cups. Make sure that you are tuning in and looking in, because Nine of Cups, what you want, what you're hoping for, what aligns your ideals, is going in with Queen of Swords. So this is the part of you that's going to be able to break this down to understand it and weigh your options against it to say, like, is this really what I want? And then you're going to be able to make that happen because you're seeing things clearly. I'm seeing an investment of yours, something that you've given to. Yeah, I'm wondering, so Three of Swords is going in with the Empress. Empress is about, like, what you have to offer and the value of that, the value of your magic, your creativity, your skills, your abilities, how you're being perceived the way that you want to be perceived, the way that you want to be appreciated, the way that, especially in this instance, Empress is feeling like this is what I have to offer, and having Three of Swords be there, you can feel like there's pain associated with that. Maybe feeling like something wasn't good enough, or that your value wasn't being appreciated, seen, recognized. A wounding to the Venus energy can be a relational wound, like an interpersonal one, but it's always going to come back to your self-worth and self-value. So it can be something connected with that, something painful that happens connected with that. Like, I'm showing up and this is what I'm giving, this is what I'm contributing, and then a pain associated with that, which of course makes sense to then feel the Five of Swords when that happens. And then how do you use that in a way that benefits you? How do you use the pain in a way that benefits you? How do you transmute that in a way where you're getting the deeper message of what it's communicating with you? Because it's there to say something. The pain isn't just there so you can feel bad. Like, that's actually not the purpose of it at all. It's so you can look deeper into it, process it, and then the pain dissolves and you're left with the message that it was bringing up for you. You can feel a little bit out of it. You can feel impacted by this, because this feels like stuff comes to light, but you can still be like, I'm still processing that, and I'm still sort of recovering from what occurred in the first place. You can be feeling down, or you can just be feeling like not your usual self. But this feels like something very, very transient and very, very temporary. And then I'm also seeing the gist that I'm getting from this is that I'm hearing the word wrongdoing. The gist that I'm getting from this is there's something that you participated in. Then feeling like whatever was contributed, there being pain associated with that, like sort of what was offered, what was contributed, what you come to the table with, and there being an issue having to do with that. Then the feeling that you get in the aftermath of whatever this is that occurs, then having to dissect it to get the message from it so the pain can dissolve and so you can open your heart up. Because whatever this is, it has you want to shut down. Because it can be like a lot to feel. It can be something that you may want to sort of run away from a little bit, or distract yourself from, or be like, it's not really that big of a deal, when it is. It's something that you feel impacted by. And it's something that can make you a little bit guarded. That can kind of be the feeling with the Five of Swords. So there's going to be, if you want to, breaking that down, pain will dissolve. You will be left with a message, an important message that feeling came to deliver to you. And then what I'm also seeing happen too. So meaning you're not going to be carrying the weight or the karmic impact of something that doesn't belong to you, that you don't need to be dragging along with you. So there's going to be like a self-healing that happens and an opening back up. So you can go back to being your regular, normal, open self, ready to explore and to investigate and to learn and to experience. And then what I'm seeing happen is I'm looking at Justice and I'm looking at Three of Cups. And so I feel like if you feel that something unjust or inequitable, or there was a slighting of any sort, there will be compensation for this, and there will be rebalancing for this. So just know if you feel kind of like it wasn't right, maybe what happened, or that, yeah, I just feel like whatever this was that goes on, if you read into it and you're like, this There's something wrong with this, the way that it took place. There will be compensation for it because we end with 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So what ends up happening is by the end of this process, things really turn around. And whatever came apart, things come back together in a way where whatever it was that you contributed and maybe feel like was not balanced back, or like you didn't see that reflected back, you're gonna see it reflected back. That's where I'm seeing things lead to within the cycle. I'm not sure when exactly that's gonna happen, but I'm seeing that's gonna be the case for you. So just know if you were like, I gave and then just something wasn't balanced, or it wasn't right, or it was whatever, there will be compensation for it, okay? Some of you, it's going to come in a different way than you might expect for it to. All right, so just keep your head up and go through this. Take it in stride. It feels like it's going to tell you more about what's going on an internal level for you, and also too about you and your self-worth, and that there is such value that you bring, and recognizing that and not staying somewhere that doesn't appreciate you, and knowing when to cut something off as well. And more so from a place of moving in the direction of what feels most compatible when you check in. That you feel most driven to go in that direction and to go that way, and to really trust yourself and what you're feeling and what you feel like is appropriate for you. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.